Hey, okay, so stuff. Let me actually enter it. So tomorrow's my last day of work, right? And it's been a nice job. It was a summer gig. Just a refresher. I worked at my school's summer camp for the past what now 6 weeks. Technically 7 weeks, yeah. What did I do? It was mostly help overseeing the camp, so just help with different stuff here and there. So I wasn't really a camp direct. I wasn't a camp counselor, but I was more so someone who just helped around, I guess. So there's different stuff where it was like filling up the water for different camps, or making sure camps are where they need to be, or just making sure everything is in place where it needs to be, and setting up stuff, or making sure the medical stuff are where it needs to. Just stuff like that. So I was like the the person you don't see around, like the person in the background, they don't see around for your camp experience. So that was primarily my job for that. I think this is probably a better way to describe it, which I'll find later. But for the purpose of this video and saving me editing time, that's how I'm gonna describe it. Anyways, it's ending tomorrow. And I think it was actually a really nice job. Honestly, my first plan for the summer was to get a cybersecurity internship, but that didn't end up panning out. So I was still going to do the job either way. But I think if it came to like, initially, if it came down to, I was going to say, oh, maybe do the internship over the job. But now I've actually ended the job. I think it's actually personally, I actually prefer this outcome, even though I don't know how the other outcome will fully have panned out. But I think with this outcome, I got two stuff that I really value. First was money, right? I don't just say that in like the comedic way, like oh money, 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 money. But I think the idea of actually earning your own money and seeing it go away or seeing it build up actually gives an actual how I best put it. For me, it gave me an actual view of how much money I actually do want to make, how much I want to work. Cause personally, like for the past 4 years in high school, I didn't end up getting a job because I was busy doing other stuff. So then actually having a job now, like now I'm working towards internships and working towards jobs and stuff like that. It showed me, okay, this is the style I want. This is how I want to live, and it gives me an idea of what I actually want to do in my life, right? So for like I was so comfortable. Funny story, though. So I was just chilling, doing my work, trying to study for the DP203 Microsoft Azure certification, and then I saw $250 leave my account. I was like, I got really, really shocked. I was like, what's going on? And I just went through, figure out like for a good reason. Anyways, I think that shock thing, I just thinking about it during the day. I was like, that's not something I want to have. I want to reach a position where it doesn't not feeling of dread, but that feeling of shock and like worry doesn't panic. It doesn't exist too much. So I won't be making such a comfortable amount that doesn't happen. Even though I know as a person, I'm still gonna worry. I'd be like if I see something that I didn't purchase, because even if I see like a $4 purchase on my account, I'm like okay, I have to start investigating it. But the idea of actually handling your own money and seeing how much your work is worth or how much it can be worth in different areas was really important for me. And then the second thing really was just seeing what an actual job is like and what type of job and work environments I want to exist in and participate in as well. The best way to really explain it is just how I already said it, but I think to double down with this job, it was very flexible. It was a great environment for me personally because it was already an environment I already existed in previously. So it was like the a large portion of the job wasn't adjusting to the actual environment itself. It was just like oh what to do, how to do this, and that was really nice because it was easy to just transition into. The second thing, we had great coworkers. I think we had different backgrounds, but since we had that school background, it kind of helped around, I guess. But even though we barely talked about school stuff, in my opinion. The third thing, I actually don't have I don't have a list ready. I'm just like listing stuff off. But if I was to come up with a third thing on the spot, I think it was largely flexible, as I said before. So I was able to work on the personal projects I have a lot. So I can't speak right now. I was able to work on my personal projects, whether it be the DP203 Microsoft Azure certification, or a game, or a personal website. I think that's something that I value a lot, is having that flexibility and autonomy over my own schedule. Because because I'm someone who's busy with a lot of different stuff. And while I do value the opportunity to work in this position, I also want to be doing multiple stuff to make sure I succeed in everywhere I can, essentially. So having that flexibility was something that was really important to me. I'm really happy I got that with that job. And with future jobs, that's something I also want to have. In terms of other stuff, I think something I really do like about the job was, and it's not like something that came with the job, was more so a personal development, is that as a person, I'm trying to become more socially refined, especially entering college when I have to do more networking and just deal with more people in general. Um, so I actually had to engage with people. I actually made an effort to, even when I didn't have to, I was like, okay, actually, let me engage with this person. Let me talk to them. Let me see what's up with them. And actually, planned for the better. I think I've become a more socially refined. I don't want to say more social person because I think my social battery has stayed the same. Where I'm still an extroverted person, but I've learned how better to interact with people. So just like talking to people in the morning, cracking jokes. When a parent comes up to pick up their child, like, oh, okay, talk to them about how their day was, see what background they come from, and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, so I'm just really happy with the job. I think, I know it sounds really positive for everything I'm saying. There's nothing really negative for me to say as about the job. I know that's something my mom and my brother criticized me for, is that I'm not a really good reviewer because I can't really give negative views on stuff. Like when it comes to a teacher, I never really say anything negative. But I think, to be honest, I think I'm a very honest person when it comes to reviews. It's just that I've been blessed with like a lot of good teachers, a lot of good opportunities. So it's hard for me to give negative perspectives on stuff. But I will say the one negative thing I didn't like was more so that I got tired a lot. And I think that's something I already talked about with stamina. So I'm actually kind of happy that happened because I know I have to work on my stamina issues now because I don't want to be getting tired like that after 9 hours. But I know that it forced me to fix my sleep schedule, which is really nice. And another cool thing, just to double down, is that I've already talked about this, how I've primarily been a night person for a lot of my life. But now I've been like trying to switch over to being a morning person. I think this was the harshest that made me do that. And I've realized that being a morning person is so much better. Oh my goodness. It's actually like, being a night person has nothing on being a morning person, if I'm being honest. And why did I say that? I think the cool thing about being a night person is that you get the whole night to yourself. No one's awake. You can just chill, do whatever you want, and it's just cool, right? But being a morning person, you first get a fresh start to your day, and you get to see like the sunrise. You can just like nature and just walk around. You get to like, just do. It's basically like a cheat code in the sense that you can like pre-plan your day, right, while everyone else is asleep. It just makes you also feel really active. I think one of the worst ways to start your day is like wake up in the middle of the day, like at 12 p.m. You just feel tired. The day is already moving. You're behind. You're planning your day as people are in the actual stuff they've planned, and it feels sloppy in general. So then I think I'm really happy with the job forcing me to switch to being a morning person and actually forcing me to actually plan stuff ahead. So now I have to actually plan my meal plans, or how I'm going to get home, or how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. And I think that's really cool. Even now, I think that was what switched me back to Notion and made me have a simpler thing. Because like, okay, if I'm planning my meal plan, let me also plan how I'm going to go throughout my free time in the day. And yeah. This video was actually not meant to be happening. It was actually meant to be another video discussing why I've been tired the whole week and stuff like that, and reframing my mind, working on hobbies, stuff like that. But I was like, okay, I tried to do like 3 times or 4 times. It wasn't flowing coherently out of my mouth. So I said, let me get a script work on this, and then I started working on the script. And I was like, okay, this sounds like a cool video. So I said, let me put you on the back burner for today and work on you a bit more and then film you. So yeah, now we're here just talking about my job and the last day. But I'm really excited. I think it's gonna suck to leave my coworkers. I really had a lot of fun with them. And just the environment in general, just learning new stuff. I love when I come into like an area as a rookie and then I leave and I'm like, oh dang, I can actually do these stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There isn't really much to say. I do like the idea of working, making an honest living, even though it's tiring. But it's nice to actually have that schedule placed forced you to make that schedule and forced you just to be more responsible as a person. But yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. So have a great day.